our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Renee.
Everybody, welcome. This is DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network. This is a show where I just come through and speak of words of some good morning, Miss Angela. Words from Spirit, hopefully to enlighten your days, enlighten your weeks. Hello, Tim. And as always, I just used Neil Diamond Walsh because he's a great direction where to go, and then we just kind of fly from there. This week's cards for the 5-card stud. As you guys know, anybody that follows the show, at the end of the show, I do a 5-card stud reading. Good morning, Paula. And it is the Witch Sister Tarot, the Witch Sister Tarot. Now, all these books, all these have been sent to me. Oh my God, I love this. And I got a few left. I'm letting my grandkids pick which deck to pull each week is what I'm doing. So, Addie picked this one for this week. So this should be fun. Or wait, no, Dawson picked this one. My grandson picked this one. So this is this week's deck, and we'll find out which kid picked what deck for next week. Next week. So that is what we're going to look at today. Good morning, Keith. Good morning. Which is super awesome. So as always, I want to just kind of show the magazine. This is the Edge magazine. Remember, I'm on the Edge Network. The Edge magazine created a network for me to have a home for the show, which is amazing. So this is a magazine. Go to your local drop stop, grab the magazine, and or if you want to, directly to your home, you can subscribe. It is a small fee because of shipping costs, but you can get it directly at your home on your doorstep every 2 months, which is awesome. And guys, I just submitted, just so you know, I boast about this because I've got a page where I do a 5-card stud for you. 5-card stud right there. They're calling it the 5-card draw. We both know what it is. We're not fools. This is the 5-card stud, even though they rename it here. We know what it is. And remember, we pick a 5-card stud. Why? Because it really is luck of the draws and it's luck of the cards. That's why we named it the 5-card stud. It had nothing to do with poker. So, and I just submitted the deck. So I'm not going to tell you what deck I chose, but it's an amazing deck. I love the deck. So you can go to the next. You can go to the next issue. That'll be coming up, I believe, next month. And you can go there and get your reading. Get your reading for that. So I had to put my footstool out. Yes, I'm spoiled, but it makes me feel like, when I put this chair, I love it because this chair makes me feel like I'm just sitting in my living room talking with you guys. That's what it makes me feel like. Like I'm sitting in my living room, just sitting back and chilling out and talking and going, hey, guess what? We're just hanging out. That's what we're doing. Just hanging out. And I love that. So today, 2 pages. There you go. Oh my God, look, I love the artwork of the flowers in his book. I really do. I love the artwork. I love it. In case you guys are wondering, yes, new nails. There you go. Because I know my nails have kind of became a thing on the show, which I love. I love that. I'm going to turn up the lights because it's a little dim. I just realized you can't see me. Is that better? Can everybody see me now? Okay, so let's kind of look at this and what's it got to say. It says, can you believe what the word of God is not a commandment, but a divine covenant? And remember, guys, this is not religion. And even though I know this is what it says, I'm gonna tell you how this fits. It says, yet I tell you this, I am neither a king nor a ruler. I am simply and awesomely the creator. Yet the creator does not rule, but merely creates and keeps on creating. I have created you, bless you in the image and likeness of me. And I have made certain promises and commitments to you. Now, boy, that sounds religious, doesn't it? Even though I said, no, we're not doing religion. And we're not. I like spirit. I love things that just make sense. And I will tell you what, I was blown away when I'm blown away with this one. Why? Because when I was a little girl and I used to go to church, I used to be just so confused. And I'm sure a lot of people are with me on this one. So utterly confused. And I will tell you what, it was up until literally a few months ago that I was still confused. Because, you go to church and they have you pray to God. They have you pray to God. And then they tell you, but God is of you. Huh? God is in you. Okay. God is part of you. Huh? Wait a second. Am I praying to me? What am I praying to? What is this? What is this? And then, is he mean? Is he not mean? What? And I will tell you, as a child, I really struggled with this. And my whole life, I have struggled for this. And I've always had this tagline that said, I guess when I die, I'm going to sit down with Jesus and have a conversation because I'm severely confused and I don't know which way to go. And it's only been really more recently that when I started coming to of a consciousness thought, okay, and I know I talk about that a lot, but it is a way of consciousness. It's a way of getting rid of dogmas. It's a way of getting rid of judgments. It's a way of just saying, let things be the way they're supposed to be and allow the bigger picture to flow. But within that, be a creator. And that is kind of what brings me back to this, because you guys have known I've did a lot of kind of denouncing manifestation, at least in the word of manifestation, and going, let's be more conscious. Let's just create. Let's just know that it's ours and let us have this, that type of a thing. So when I'm looking at this, I like to get some clarity on this. And I think it's, even though it's a really touchy subject, I like to get some clarity on this whole God thing. I really would. So when I'm looking at this and it's saying this, now in this book, it is talking about because Neil Diamond Walsh is the Conversations with God dude, like it, dude. I don't know if he'd like me calling him that. But when you're looking at that, did he talk to another being? Definitely. Was it God? Most certainly. Now, what does that mean? Okay, I'm going to tell you in my thought process, the way I look at this, I look at God as being the best daddy you could ever have. And what do I mean by that? A daddy says, hey, I helped create you. You are of me. Right? I mean, think about it. When you're looking at your body, you're a half mommy, you're a half daddy, you are DNA of both. No, you are of me. He helped to create you. You got a bit of him in there. But I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to be angry with you. I'm here to help you grow. I'm here to help you, guide you. I'm here to help you, to teach you, to create, to be the best you could possibly be. Hey, Lee. And that's kind of what I look at. That's what I kind of look at. So I want to kind of switch this from being, I want to talk more about that, but kind of flip it into more about different things. Because quite frankly, when you look at those terms and they say, okay, God is part of you, God is within you. Church says that all the time. So let's look at that from a creator point of view. God is me. I am God. Okay. Not a God, just God in general. Okay. So that means I'm in here. Now, if he's telling me he's the ultimate creator, well, so aren't I? So aren't I? And I'm going to say, yeah. Why? Because he's given me that ability. He's given me that ability to create who I am. Now, the part that gets really confusing when we're here, it gets really confusing is, well, God made, the land, the earth, the seas, the sky, the stars, everything in 7 days. Rome wasn't built in 7 days. Good morning, Bill. Oh, I love you. I love Bill, my hubby. But we can't do that, can we? We can't do that overnight. And I know you've heard me say that. I mean, how many times have I said, allow this to be in my bank account? Boom, it's going to be there. It is a boom, but it's in a mankind boom. It's not something that's going to happen immediately. Why? We are in this meat suit. We're in this meat suit. The cool thing is, before you got into the meat suit and you were soul flying around, you know what I mean? When you're a soul flying around, that creation, that manifestation, for lack of better terminology, is an instant simultaneous thing. I want to be here, boom, I'm there. I want to be here, boom, I'm there. It takes us, good morning, Miss Sarah. It takes us quite a while to manifest something in this body. It doesn't, it always appears that, oh my gosh, it happened right away. Why? Because a lot of times what we do is we go, oh my gosh, I really want this to happen. Boom. And it happens right away. But you don't realize you actually started on the creation days, weeks, months ago. Good morning, Adrienne. Days, weeks, months ago. This is not something that is just boom overnight. Why? Because it's slower in our realm. It's slower. The body is slower. When you're looking at molecules and atoms, we are made up of those too, because this is a flesh, right? And if you tear us apart and you look down to the cellular structure, you're going to see atoms, you're going to see molecules, and you're going to see them bigger and moving slower to create this, which means we're also going to manifest slower. We're also going to create slower. Does it change the creation that we're going to have? Not at all. That's coming. It's always coming. When you put that intent with feeling, that pure intention with feeling out to create, it's showing up, but it's showing up in its time when it's supposed to. Okay. Because again, it's a slower energy process. Okay. And I know that really, I mean, think about it, guys. We have been, we've had so many masters out there screaming about intention. Good morning, Jamie. Screaming about manifestation, screaming, thoughts become realities, all of these amazing things. And they are. But they all make it seem like it's going to happen right now. Like, boom, it's going to be in my bank account right now. It's going to be in my life right now. Everything's going to be right now. Literally, I love that. I love that, Sarah. But it doesn't. It doesn't. It takes time. It's incredible, but it does take time. So it's really hard. So how do you do that? Yeah, I'm not going to undo everything I've ever said where it says, hey, think about what you want. Get detailed about what you want. Bring it into your heart. Put a pure energy into that. Put pure feeling into it. And then allow it to go back out. Now, depending on what that is, it can either show up in moments or it can show up in days or weeks. But it doesn't mean it's not going to show up. You just have to give things time. You really do have to give things time. But what happens so often is, and I'm going to tell you, this is what happens, and this is why our creation doesn't work. This is why our doubt comes in and we say, oh my God, there's no God. Oh my God, this doesn't work. Oh my God, the secret lied to us. Oh my God, all this. And we scream it. Why? Because we don't get it instant, because we are a population of instant gratification. And if it doesn't happen right now, we get doubt. We go, it doesn't work. Oh my God, I have to work my ass off for whatever I want. We go back to old thought patterns instantly. And when that happens, guess what happens with everything we've created? It dissolves. It dissolves. Why? Because now you've just created a new reality. You've gone back to a different reality. And I know that's really hard. I know it's super, super hard to stay in that reality of creation. It is so hard to stay in a creative mindset. It really is. But I want you to think about something, and I want you to think about life this way. Okay? Say you get a new home. Okay, or let's step back. Let's say you want a new home. And there's nothing out there that you want. So for you to get the home that you truly want, that dream house, it has to be built. It has to be built. So what do you have to do? You have to go to a bank. You have to find out, can you get the loan? Yeah, you can get the loan, but you have to have a certain amount of deposit. So then you have to go and get that money for the deposit. So that's going to take a little bit of time. And then when you get the loan, you have to find that you have to also have a contractor. You have to have a plan. You have to have so much together before that bank is actually going to hand you the money. They're not just going to hand you $300,000 and say, go willy-nilly. No, they because that is money that they are investing in you for your long-term investment. So they want you to have everything on board before they hand you the money. So you go up there, you find out if you can get the money. They say, yeah, you need this much. You go back, you do all the footwork, you get it all together. And the day finally comes. Now think about this. The day finally comes that they break ground. Now it's still going to take anywhere from 1 to 4 months to build this house, depending on how big it is or how elaborate it is. So the time of process and time you get to walk into your house may be 6 months. 6 months of creation. 6 months of knowing this is going to happen. 6 months of not changing your mind and falling into old ways of thinking, going, I can't have this. This isn't going to happen. No, because when you want to build that house, you get in that thought process and you move forward with it, correct? Now you finally get in the house and it's empty, but you have an idea for what you want in that house. You have to go to the store. Well, first you got to check the bank account. Do you have enough money? If you don't, you have to go make more money or manifest more money. And then you have to go to the stores and you got to shop around because every store is going to have a little bit different piece for each area of your home. And then you have to get it home and you have to paint the walls and you got to put the furniture in and then you got to decorate and then you have to fill the cupboards. This is another process. So just to want a home the way you want it, from the moment of thought of creation, that creation actually started months prior. That one creation started, 8, 9, 10 months, maybe a year prior to the final development of that. If at any time during that process you go, no, this isn't happening, it will all fall through. It will. The moment you start going, this isn't going to happen, oh my God, blah, 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 it's going to fall through. Why? Because you've taken that energy out. I don't want this anymore. And it happens the same way with everything. With everything. I know a few years ago when, it's been 4 or 5 years ago when I totaled my car. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget how it worked because I literally I had a Mitsubishi and I love Mitzi. Oh my God, I love Mitzi. She was a Outlander. I can't remember. Mitsubishi, I don't know. SUV. I loved her. Just called her Mitzi all the time. I love the heck out of this vehicle. And Mitzi, I will put 100,000 miles on a car in less than 4 years. I will tell you that right now. Less than 4 years. I average about 24,000, 25,000 business miles on tack on, up to 5,000 or 6,000 personal miles a year. I tack on some mileage. And I remember getting this car and it was getting close to the 200,000 miles. And I'd only had the car like 4 years. And it was starting to make some noises and I really didn't have the money to put into this car. And I'll never forget because I was going to an event and I was going to stop in Eau Claire and pick up a friend and then drive the rest of the way. And I'd been thinking I was going to have to get a new car. I was thinking, gosh, this one's it's not having many issues, but it's starting to have a few. And I'm going to have to do something about this. And I was thinking about it, a few weeks prior to that. And on this given day, now, anybody that knows me, I'm a right on time person. I don't want to be a minute late. I don't want to be a minute early. I want to walk right in when I'm supposed to. I don't like to waste time. So literally on this given day, everything put me behind schedule. Quite literally to the point where I had paid, I had literally pumped gas at a Quick Trip, ran in to pay for it. And it was going to be like, a 3-minute stop to pump gas, pay for it, get back in my vehicle and go. And literally I pumped the gas. I walked in to pay for my gas and somebody else, the attendant on the other side hit the wrong button and had somebody else pay my gas. And they left. And it turned into like a 15-minute ordeal because I couldn't pay my amount until this other person came back and retracted because they were heading back and retracted. So it was a huge mess. So stuff like that happened through that day. And I finally get to where I'm going. And I let my friend know I'm there. She's like, oh, running 10 minutes behind. I'm like, well, par for course, everything's 10 minutes behind. And I remember stopping at this gas station just to use the restroom. And when I went to get back in the car and I went to turn, I heard this awful noise in the steering of my car. And I went, God, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm putting this one in your hands. You need to come up with the money to either fix this car, a new one, or something, because I've got nothing. And I let it go. My friend showed up and we got in the car and we continued that 10-minute behind schedule. And then we were an hour away from the event that we're going to, and we were going up to like Bemidji, Minnesota or something like that. And I turned down this road in the middle of the country. Good morning, Larry. And it was pitch black. And I remember at the last moment seeing a deer. And that deer took one step, stopped, and looked at me like, God, it took you long enough. And boom, boom. And I can remember seeing hair and bone fragments, tiny, like it was space. And like time had stopped. And I could just see them in the air. All around me, all around my car. And I was an hour away from where I needed to be. We were. And I totaled my vehicle. And it just happened to be with farmers, like right there. And they're like, man, they heard that. They came out. First thing they said is, are you okay? Yes. Feel free to bring the car into our driveway, call AAA, whatever. Great. 2, 3, can we have the deer? Because they were going to salvage what they could. Good morning, Miss Shelley. And they were going to feed it to their pigs, basically, and then process the rest for the family. I'm like, go for it. I don't want this wasted. Now, here I am. We are in the middle of nowhere. No vehicle, no nothing. And virtually no cell reception. And this wonderful family somehow got us to the event, or got us to our hotel. It was at a different hotel than the event. And the event hotel sent people to come pick us up at this hotel to get us to this event. And this event was slam busy all day long, hugely busy. And then people from that event took me and my friend back to Eau Claire. And then my mother came up from Wisconsin Dells at a concert to pick me up in Eau Claire and got me home. And with all that said and done, I was only home 1 hour later than I would have been if I didn't total my car. Now, that's not where the magic happened. Remember, all this happened for a reason. I'd already started thinking about I needed a new car a few weeks prior. And then I sat there in full creation. I need something else, and I'm going to put it out to you. Well, I still owed on this car. But the thing I didn't realize is I had double indemnity on this car for insurance, which not only paid for the car, it also gave me enough money to pay off my car. And it was free from that car. And my daughter looked at me. She goes, Mom, what other car do you want? I said, I would love to have a Dodge Journey. I not that I love the outside, but the inside of it's so comfortable. I really want that. She goes, what color, Mom? And I said, I want white. And this is everything. I gave a list of everything I wanted. And I was detailed. Oh, and by the way, I don't want to pay more than $20,000. And we need to find a way of financing because my credit's not the best. And in a week, my daughter found the car. In a week. We went there. I test drove it. I fell in love with the car. I went in. And they said, do you want it? I said, yeah. I never put thought to, I can't have this. I never put thought to, my credit was sucked. I never put thought to anything. I just said, yeah, I want it. Let's start the paperwork. And it was blown away that 3 or 4 banks said they would love to finance me. I signed the paperwork. And then I had to come back like a week later because they had to have some stuff done to it. And I still to this day look back at that and go, wow, I created this for myself. Now that creation, literally from beginning to end, took about a month. But really, when you're looking at it, super fast time, isn't it? To manifest a new car with every bell and whistle for half of brand new price. And the car only had like maybe 20,000 miles on it. That's incredible to have that. We are our creators, guys. We are the creators. We just have to realize when we create, it's usually not going to be, boom, I'm Dreama Jeannie, I'm here. Do I believe we're going to get there? Darn straight. You know what? When you've got a bunch of people figuring this out and you have all of us going, wait a second, we're figuring this out. Yeah, we're figuring out how to manifest faster. To have that reality, that creation of whatever it is we want in our lives sooner. And what's going to come with that? You might think I'm crazy, but we're going to learn how to time travel. We're going to learn how to quantum leap. Everything you've seen in Star Trek, we are going to learn to do. Because we will create that. We're already creating it. And you might think I'm crazy on that, but we are. I've already told somebody, I literally looked at them, I said, I already time travel. And they went, really? I'm like, yeah. I cannot tell you how many times in my life, because guys, my life tends to be very busy. And then I tend to book really close together on a lot of things. And then I look at it and I go, there is no way in God's creation I can possibly get all these places on time and get it all done. And I'm not going to tell you, I stopped seeing those things. And I just went, it's all going to happen magically and perfectly the way it's supposed to be. And I go from not, being shy about an hour of time to get it completed all, to having an extra half an hour at the end, going, I don't know how this happened. And a lot of times it has nothing to do with the meetings, because the meetings are going to be an hour, they're an hour length. It is my drive time in between places. No way can I go, even at going 100 plus miles an hour will not get me someplace to wipe off the time. And instead I get behind tractors and slow grandpas and everything else on the road. And I'm doing the speed limit or slower and going, wow, this is really going to mess up the day. And then I let it go. And then I'm there early. I don't know how it happens. All I can tell you, it's time travel. And I can tell you right now, big people with high intelligence are writing books on it. And I'm going, I believe them. Why? Because I do it all the time. Just know that you are your creator. If you want that bank account with a lot of money, start putting it out there now. And don't believe you have to go and work, oh my God, in 80 hours a week until your hands are bloody to get that money. Know that somehow it's going to come in, and you're going to leave this somehow up to whatever. It might be an inheritance. It might be a lottery. It might be you found the money. It might be a bonus. It might be you got a new job with one hell of a raise. Might be just a random check in the mail. So think big. Create what it is you want and need. Put that creation out there. And know, because God really is in here, guys. God, the creator, is part of you. And that's why you have the ability to do this. It's not a new concept, guys. It's a really old concept. But I think it's one we need to start believing. Oh, I love that, Lee. I love that. So with that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to do our 5-card stud. Keep creating, guys. This is Dad here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network. We'll be back with our 5-card stud in a few minutes.
Do you or someone in your family suffer from nightmares? Is your home cluttered and you can't seem to clear it out? Your home or office may have low vibrational energy, and it could be impacting you and your family. Using the ancient techniques of dowsing, Master Dowser Annette Regalo can raise the vibration of your home or office by identifying and curing stress lines and negative vortexes that may be creating disharmony in your home or office. Annette has over 20 years of dowsing experience and is passionate about creating high vibrational spaces for others to live and work. Contact Annette today at 612-394-3736 or AnnetteRegalo.com. How do you live a life of abundance and alignment? Carol Dutton, founder of Being You Energetically, is passionate about helping her clients get to that sweet life. Modalities she offers include Reiki, subtle energy healing, crystal grids, ancestral connection ceremony, Irogenics ancestral eye readings, and spiritual oil anointing. Whichever modality you choose, her powerful sessions will immediately give you the unique and specific missing links to clearing the traumatic and ancestral patterns, keeping you from living an extraordinary life. Check her out at CarolDuttonUSA.com. That's CarolDuttonUSA.com. Right now, Carol has a special offer of 10% off an ancestral connection ceremony with promo code EDGE10. Again, that promo code is EDGE10. That's CarolDuttonUSA.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, That's a little Jeffrey for you. I've had Jeffrey on my mind. Can you tell? Can you tell? I have. There we go. I'll be able to figure out. I wanted to let you guys know where I'm at this coming Saturday because I know everybody loves to see us. And we are at Soul and Synergy this weekend. Guess where? We're coming to Minnesota, Alexandria, Minnesota. It's like a 6.5-hour drive for me, and it's going to be awesome. And we are at, where are we at? It's 5637 Highway 39 South, Alexandria, Minnesota. I wish I could tell you the building. I am not quite sure of the building. Not good, not good. Let me see. I am looking, guys, to help to give you more than that. Alexandria. It is there a name of a building? The Holiday Inn. Bingo. There you go. It's a Holiday Inn in Alexandria, Minnesota. Been there, done that last year, which is awesome. And I love it. So there you go. Lots of things happening, lots of places to go. Oh my gosh, there you go. So that's where you can find me this Saturday is in Alexandria, Minnesota. Okay, is this scary? Is it not scary? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. You know what? I love witches. It's just, I think they made the book a little scary to look at. But this is Julia Jeffrey. Oh my God, that is so fun. How much I just said, welcome back to my channel. Didn't I say Jeffrey? Last name is Jeffrey. I couldn't make that up. My life depended on it. So, and it is Llewellyn. You got to open it up. Llewellyn is the publisher of this deck. It is, what is her name again? Julia Jeffrey is the creator. We're going to open it up. I think this is a box I'm going to love, guys. I think this is a box I'm going to love. Oh, and just so you guys know, I know some of you guys go, yeah, what do you do with all those tarot cards you got? I give them back. I give them back in one way or another. I don't give them back to the people that send it to me. Don't do that. But how I do is kind of pay it forward. And what I mean by that is, like this last weekend, we had a big raffle to help an organization. And you know what I did? I made a box up and I put Oracle Tarot cards in there. That's what I did. And I entered that into the raffle. I'm making magical boxes with tarot cards. And when I go to an event that has a raffle, I put those in to be raffled off to make money for whatever charity or organization they're working for. And that's what I do. I'm going to start giving, I'm recouping from the last Go Around books. But I am going to start giving out some too on the channel. Not every month, I don't think. I think I'm going to do it every periodically. I probably won't make up a whole, maybe I'll make up a box. Who knows? I don't know. We'll figure out what it is. And then ship that so that, they're just magical boxes. They're, school through spirits, magical boxes of development is what they are. So I'm doing that with the cards, guys, because you know what? I think we need to play these forward. Now, are all cards open? Yes. Every card deck I have is opened. I don't play with them afterwards. I review them on here and I go, oh my gosh, this is amazing, is it not? I do put them in my little bookshelf thing here for the 2 months. So I know what cards I'm looking at for the next 2 months. But there we go. So that's what I do with these. So what's the back of the box say? It says, fly into the heart of your tarot with your witch sisters. Ooh, I like that. It says, thrumming with the power of the Celtic legends and kindred spirits, the hauntingly beautiful deck captures the bold and mysterious nature of witchcraft. Julia Jeffrey's evocative artwork reimagines the Rider-Waite-Smith system into a world of iconic witches, magical familiars, and extraordinary stories. The full colored guidebook shows you how to invoke the aid of deities, and connect with the elements and make magic in your readings. Each card inspires a profound sense of chosen family through which you'll find boundless wisdom and your sisters in tarot. So pretty cool here, pretty cool. And as you guys know, I love a flip box. These boxes are awesome because my thumb doesn't work like it used to. The joint doesn't. Look at that. Very beautiful. It says the magic of the ancestors beats in your blood. Feel its power and free your wild soul. I like that. It also has, of course, a little string to pick things up with, which is kind of nice. I like this one because it has a string, but it also has little holes so I can put my fingers in and do this. I love it. And then, of course, another picture in there. I'm liking this. I'm loving the setup. They put a lot of thought into this box, and I love it. A nice big book. I mean, if you're going to put a book into put a big book, put a book that we can hold on to. I love this. Oh my gosh, I kind of like this too. So you look into it, it says, it's got all the imagery in here, but it says it's the name of the card and what the card is. And then it has the divination in there, which I really like. I like that. So it's what the card is, and then what's the meaning of the card, their meaning of the card. So I really like that. The major arcana carries some of the old names like the Hermit and Justice. It also has Ancient Starlight. I don't know what that is. And Moonchild. And then, of course, it has the sun. I love this. The land. It's got different ones. And it's got like Ace of Trees. It has the waters, the skies, and stones. I like this. I like this. So it is kind of similar to William Waite. I like this rider. I love this Waite rider. So let's see what the deck has to say for us. Remember, guys, it is 5-card stud. Pick your cards for us. And what I mean by, let me see if I can, there we go. I just had it going through thinner. It's got some good cellophane in here, nice and tough. And this is a manageable deck. Look at this. It's no bigger than a regular card deck, which is going to make it easier for anybody else to shuffle, which I kind of like that. Oh, look at this, the imagery. The imagery. Really provocatively beautiful. Very provocatively beautiful. I mean, look at this. Love it. Love it. So think of your 5-card stud here, guys. What numbers do you want? As I say, you can pick a card. You can pick 1 card, 2 cards, 4, 5 cards, however many you want. You can take all the cards as a full reading. Or if you're really creative or you have lots and lots of questions, feel free to literally pick a question and, up to 5 questions, or I guess up to 6 questions. I don't do draw cards, guys, so you know. So pick, because I look at drop cards as I've just had an accident. But you can create 5 questions or 6 questions, and you can add each card to one of those questions and go from there is what you can do. And that way you can have up to 6 questions then, 6 answered questions if you'd like. And there you go. So I'm shuffling this a little bit longer than I normally would because, again, these are brand new decks that I just opened up. And we want to make sure that, we're getting a good intention for the week and not just 1 through 5 that I pick in the deck of whatever it is. I want some randomness. So they're always telling me to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And before I used to not shuffle as much. What would happen? It's still good readings. We won't even lie. Still good readings. But sometimes I look and go, oh, I got consecutive cards. Was it supposed to be that way? And then I start to doubt. And I don't like to doubt. I like to know that it is what it is. So these days I've been shuffling a little bit longer until my hands go, it's enough. And I'm thinking that, I just heard in my head and a feeling in my heart that it was enough. So there we go. And I think we're going to use the book, guys, because we're using the book these days just to see what they wanted. Oh, isn't this funny? I think I already showed this card. Made of Skies. The number 1 is Made of Skies. Oh, and look at, that's also the picture that's on the front of the book. I love that. So Made of Skies. What is that? Okay, so maids in the front or the maids in the back. They are broke up into different suits. It's just a matter of to figure out, are they going, because William Waite goes from king, queen down to 2, where this one is starting with 2 and going up to maid and or whatever. It's maid, witch, queen, king. Maid, witch, queen, king. I love that. So Maid of Skies. Is the Maid of Skies knows her own mind. We can see her by the tilt of her chin that she is a free spirit and bright in every sense, quick-witted and lovely imagination. She moves the sureness and grace, light and sort of this kind of, let's get to where it means. So, I love this. I love this. So basically, This card is, sorry, I started to read in my head because I was like, oh my God, I get to the point fast because there's a lot of words in here. So basically, I do like this because this card is basically saying that if you pick card number one, whether this is yourself, because a lot of times these cards are going to depict you and or somebody in your life. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say this is you in general, not somebody else. I'm going to say if you pick this card right now, if you pick card number one with this, you have a lot of sureness, a lot of confirmation, a lot of, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I want. This is how I want it to happen. This is who I am, all those wonderful things. But don't let it rise too soon. Don't let it go so fast that it fizzles out even faster. Does that make sense to you guys? Don't allow the situation to grow. You need to have a good foundation. You need to have some good depth to something. And if you don't, it's going to break apart. It's going to fizzle out. So you have to make sure that while you have something doing great and it feels really amazing, and if it feels like it's happening, oh my God, so fast, maybe slow it down a little bit. Maybe put some brakes on. Not that it's not going to happen. Just say, you know what? I want to make sure this is for a lifetime, not just for right now. So put some brakes on it. Card number two, King of Waters. What a handsome man. Oh my gosh, King of Waters. Let's see what King of Waters is. Right there. He guards and provides for all of his realm with tender care. His tremendous skills and talents and many magical treasures he possesses are all put to the use in the service of his people, and his enchanted herd keeps eternally well fed. This king has great sensitivity and discernment. His judgment is clear-sighted and fair, and his feelings run deep, and he can harness their power and direct it swift and surely as the guides and flow and main clapping over the waves. So I'm going to tell you what. With this card, when I'm looking at this card, I'm going, oh my gosh, what's this about? Because really, this is like everybody wants this dad, everybody wants this man. And when I'm looking at this card and I'm just kind of reading it and I'm going internally, what does this mean? And I won't lie to you, I'm kind of looking at this because I don't think this is about a person as much as it is about a situation. Okay. Again, it's hard when you're doing tarot because a lot of these upper cards depict people in your life. And I'm going, no, these are situations. These are situations. So how are we looking at situations? And I'm going within this situation, you are looking at whatever this is. It's a treasured thing. It's a treasured thing. Whatever the situation with card number one, you have looked at this as going, oh my gosh, this is something I want. This is something I desire. This is something I've really wanted to look at. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to look at it with a deeper heart. You're going to have to give it more of you. Okay, just more of you. There's not enough of you in this situation. There's not enough of you going, oh my gosh, I want this to be more in the future, if that makes sense. So you have to put more of you into it. You have to put some heart into it, some soul into it, some understanding. You're going to have to tend this. You're going to have to treat it as if it's your treasure, as if this is the object in life that you love the most. And whether that's a child, your spouse, your car, a situation, it's all the same, guys. Make sure you give it what it needs. Card number three, the sun. The sun. Love it. I love it. Don't you love how I sat there and said I wanted cards from all over the deck? And that's exactly what it's giving me, is cards all over the deck. I love it when that happens. I love it when that happens. Wherever it comes, sunshine is a gift. It transforms any scene, and the sun card in any reading beams into its golden light of whatever the subject may be. He has several additional titles, including the many skills. So the sun card may indicate a ripening of your craft projects. A long tendon may be about to bear fruit. The harvest and the hand fasting themes around his festival also make this an extremely positive card for relationships. If your current situation is a challenging one, the sun brings greater ease. Frosty faces thaw, warm up, and smile one another. And I'm going to agree with you, because when I look at that with the sun card on my own mind, I always think that the heavens have opened up and looked upon you. You know what I mean? Because with sun, things grow. With sun, things ripen. Things come to fruition. It means all good things are being bestowed upon you, and you're able to see it. So it's not going to be in the haziness of a dark covered cloud. It is really like full light. I can see all aspects of it, and I'm telling you, this is an amazing thing for you. So if you pick card number 3 and it is the sun card, you are looking at the fact that, you know what, life is good. I can see all aspects. Yes. Nope, there's nothing hiding. There's no BS about this. It's just a great card. And whatever the situation is, keep going with it because it's awesome. The next card is the Moonchild. I'm glad that one came up because when I seen that in this book, I was like, what is that card? It says our Moonchild here is not quite the same as the Moon card found in more traditional card decks. It has very mixed blessings. You know what? And I'm going to tell you, I look at that card and I'm thinking, ooh, is that a good card or is that a bad card? Because I'm like, Moonchild. I love the fact the Moonchild, but that Moonchild looks like she could do some damage. So it says, she is at one with Great Mother Moon, comes to us as a little child, beautifully delicate, full of immeasurable potential. When the Moonchild appears in your reading, you are ready to light up the night. It's time to connect to the source of your magic. In childhood, we can feel strong, vulnerable. We believe we can do anything. And the Moonchild tells us we still have all that power potential within us. We may need to shake off the veils that have been dimming our inner light, but soon it will be beaming out and beautiful things will be drawn to us like her hawk moth companion. I like that. I love, you know what? I love that I took the time to read this because in my head, I kept going the moon, the moon, the moon. And quite honestly, my mind was going someplace else other than this. And I love this because with the moon, there's a lot of hidden things. And that's every time I see the moon card, I'm always like, is there deception going on? Is something hiding? There's something yet you don't know about. And I'm going to tell you, I feel that's a big part of this. If you pick card number 4, it's still a lot of that. It's what is behind that door? What is behind that tree? I can't see all of a situation, but it doesn't mean it's not going to make it so that you can see, because as the moon rises in the sky and it is bright and it's bold and it's a full, beautiful white moon, you're going to see beyond the shadows. You're going to see beyond the veil, and you're going to know what's behind that tree. So with card number 4, there is an awakening. There is an opening. Things may not always be as they seem, but wait a little bit because it's going to be revealed to you. Okay. And that's what a lot of that card is. You're looking at it. It will be revealed. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Okay. So the last card that we have is the Ancient Starlight. Ancient Starlight. I think it's awesome because you've seen me shuffle and literally the pages I turned to prior to shuffling, other ones were getting. I love it. I love it. I can't make that up. I couldn't if I tried. It says Ancient Starlight is the twilight in her blue eyes can light up the night for us like a heaven full of stars. She has weathered many a winter far beyond counting, yet she is strong and still. Her antler staff will see her safe across the mountain's jagged peaks. She knows the way and her feet won't falter. She helped build them. After all, Ancient Starlight, like the stars themselves, is always welcome. She lets us know we are watched over and protected, and we are feeling lost. She will lead us back to our true path. We can always find her. We only have to look up. Now it is time to let ourselves bathe in the balm of her care. We're restored and we will shine. And I'm telling you, I love this card because with this card, it shows me that you are having some self-doubt. There is something within the situation. If you pick card number 5, you're having self-doubt. You're not quite sure. You're feeling kind of unsteady. Okay. This card is telling me 2 things. 1, you're not alone. You have a guide that's there helping you, which I already know you do, but you have something there helping you get through this. And it's also telling me to tell you need to be more assured of yourself because you are the person that's created this. Just as you've created your own body and you know your body, no matter how weird it is, it's going to get you to where you need to be. This card is saying it's going to still get you there. Trust in yourself. Trust in what you have created, whether it be your body and or the situation, and trust that no matter what it is, it's going to be for the best. It's going to unfold and it's going to be amazing. And you're not alone in this. So hopefully that makes sense of card number 5. So card number 1, just to do a retake, is the Maid of Skies. Card number 2 is the King of Waters. Card number 3 was the Sun. Card number 4 is the Moon Child. And card number 5 was Ancient Starlight. And holy crap, is this going to be a week for you if you picked all 5 cards. Why? A lot's happening. A lot is happening this week, okay? Because when I'm looking at this, it feels like it's kind of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But really what it is it's going, wait a second. You've got this great creation that you have thought of. There is a beginning of creation, something you want to do. And you're going, oh my God, can I do this? Yes, you can. But it's going to feel so successful right off the bat that you're going to have to go, wait a second. Wait. If I just let this blow up, it's not gonna happen. So I need to tend this. That starting to blow up thing, or starting to be noticed, opportunities coming through, whatever this might be, it's saying, yes, this is the right way for you to go. Like, you have made the right choice, but slow down a little bit. Look at those contracts before you sign them. Give some tender care to this. Give this more. If it's blowing up that fast, that much, you're gonna have to give it some love. You're gonna have to give it that water, that intention. Know that it's going to come through. Know that it's going to come through. And also realize if you have some areas in here that you're going, oh my gosh, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just sit it out a little bit. Those answers are going to be revealed. They're going to be revealed. You have the stamina to do this. You have everything it's going to take to make the creation this come all the way through. And trust, guys, as I say this every week, you're not alone. There is guidance there. Whether the guidance be with guides, asking a mom, a dad, a mentor, looking up something online, whatever it might be, that guidance that you need is going to be there for you. And anything that you are not able to figure out is going to show itself quite easily. Just take some breaths, sit back, and allow it to happen. There you go. Gosh, I hope you like. I love this reading this week. I love this week. So I'm going to tell you, just like I said last week, this schedule, it's got lots of room in it. Now, I said that last week, and what happened? I got slammed, which is awesome. So I'm going to tell you, this is telling me that this week for me, because I always take all 5 cards, is no matter what empty this calendar looks, it's going to be full. I have a feeling everything's going to be popping, boom, boom, boom. I just have to trust it. I just have to trust this. And as always, guys, if you want those readings, if you want to take a class, reach out to me. Book a reading online. You know what? I got lots of available times. If those times don't fit your needs, feel free to reach out and say, hey, Tia, this isn't working for me. Can we do something outside? Of course we can. Let's figure out what that is. If you're going to see me in Alexandria, feel free to get a hold of me and pre-book your time, because sometimes I fill up really fast. Sometimes, guys, I get to an event and within 10 minutes, boom, I am booked for the day and you don't have a chance to get in. So sometimes you want to pre-book those appointments with me. Okay? Even classes. I've put classes on the hiatus for a little bit. I don't know why. I have a feeling I'm going to start bringing back beginners pretty soon here. Not sure when. We'll figure it out. And I will make sure you guys are the first to know. But guys, I hope you enjoyed our messages today. I hope you enjoyed everything today. As always, please be enlightened. Please look for more truth within yourself. Look to your soul. Look to your guides. Look to the angels. Look to God. But really enlighten yourself. You've got this. We got it together. And I will see you next Monday morning on School Through Spirit with Diet here on the Edge Network, guys. Have a great week.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like Diet. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek Diet. As a master teacher, Diet studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help Diet better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with Diet. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with Diet is simple. Just visit her website, diet.us. That's diet.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with Diet. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let Diet guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and Diet can help. Just visit diet.us. That's Diet.